So about 4 years ago, I was this little fat guy who was, playing hockey, doing normal stuff, being a normal high school freshman, and I was being bullied for my weight. I was about 250 pounds and about 6 foot tall. See, the problem was all my friends were assholes, and they would just joke about me being fat, me being pretty much overweight, and later on during freshman year, I broke my leg, so that just made my weight go up to like 260. And that just made everything even worse, because once I had that, I couldn't really do anything. Once I gained that weight, I couldn't do anything. So then I was on crutches for about probably 6 months. Or no, not 6 months. 2 months. I broke my leg in May. I got out of the cast 4th of July, but then I was still on crutches for about another month. So when I broke my leg, I started to go up in weight, and I started realizing that I was starting to gain weight, because I went from like a little tubby, tall guy to more rounded, and like my pants wouldn't fit anymore, and like belts wouldn't fit. So that's when I started to realize that I had a problem. And then, so the bullying went on for, what was it? It started August of 2013 till about, August 2016. And during that time, I stayed around the same weight, but I was still being bullied, even though like I was like a normal weight for like being 6'3", and I was pretty much healthy. So then when I turned 16 on my 16th birthday, I got my learner's permit. And so I was there, had a double chin, and I just didn't look good. Like, I pretty much looked the worst I've ever looked. And so it was at that point I realized I had to do something about this. So about 6 months later, so I got my learner's permit in February, and about 6 months later in August, I could start to drive myself, because I no longer had a learner's permit. So like I had a junior license. And so from there, I would drive myself every day after work. I would drive myself every day after work to the gym. And at first I really had no clue what I was doing. I would get to the gym, I'd see like a bench, and I would have no clue what to do, because I really didn't have anyone to go with. And I was just scared, you know, like most people are when they first go to the gym. They have no clue what they're doing. They're like intimidated by it. But then the more I went, the more people I started to know. And about every month or so, someone would just be like, wow, I've seen you in here a lot. I like the dedication. And they'd start talking to me. And so a couple months later, I met this guy. His name was Thor. I never asked him what his real name was, but he actually helped me a lot. Like, he was this personal trainer at the gym I went to, and he saw that I was there doing, like, trying to lose weight, and he would just talk to me about it. And he was one of the first actual, like, friends that I ever made there. And to this day, I still talk to him. And I still go and work out with him sometimes. He actually said to me that he was once 300 pounds and that he had a problem too. That he realized he had a problem. And he said the gym to him was part of that. That the gym helped him and he had someone to help him through it. Another person that helped me through it was my friend Ryan. Now Ryan, he was a friend from school. He was a lot shorter than me. And he also didn't have the problem of actually being fat. He was always skinny. He had always been skinny. And so he would be like, yo, Jordan, let's go to the gym. Because he had already been going for maybe a couple times a week. And he had a personal trainer there, who I would later realize is my friend's older brother. But, so we would go, he would teach me how to do certain machines, you know, basically teach me how to gym. And then, like, he would make sure I'm doing everything okay. And then, that was pretty much how I got into the gym. And so, over time, I started going more and more to the gym. I started out like 2 days a week. And then by the end of my sophomore year of high school, I was going 7 days a week. Oh no, junior year of high school. I started going 7 days a week to the gym because by that time I had already known everyone. I made friends with everyone there. And so from there, since I started making friends with everyone, I just went there just to like talk to people. And so although it was daunting at first, just going in there and talking to people, now I go in there and have no problem doing what I have to do. So like, I'm in there, you know, lifting weights, and I see someone who has no idea what they're doing, and I can help them now. And then I start talking to them, like, get to know them. And so pretty much what I'm saying is I started out like fat, not knowing what the hell to do. Now I have a pretty good idea, and I'm no longer scared of actually going to the gym, simply because I had people there with me, and they pretty much helped me through it. So yeah. And pretty much all you have to do is just find people to go with, and just don't worry about what anyone cares about you. Just because you look like this, by the end of it, you could look like this and make a lot more friends, no matter what. Also, don't worry. Another thing I'm trying to say is don't worry about the weight on the scale, because from August 2013 to pretty much now, which today is December 6th, I think, my weight has not gone down at all. If anything, it has gone up. So 2 years ago, I was 250 to 260 and about 6 foot. Now I'm about 250, 260 at 6'3". The only thing that changed was my body fat. I went from like 40% body fat down to like 20%. And so pretty much it doesn't matter about this. Otherwise, you're just gonna keep psyching yourself out. Why am I not losing weight? Why do I still have this much weight and not, like, I want to get skinnier. But also, if you like go to the gym and do some weight training, you're gonna lose weight, but then put it back on in muscle. So your weight's gonna go down and then come right back up. If anything, you're gonna gain weight, just because the muscle you put on doesn't weigh heavier than fat. So, all in all, what I'm trying to say is, if you're being bullied and you can do something about it, like I could, do it. You know, go to the gym. I made friends there. I had fun. And now I find it kind of like therapy, because if I'm stressed out, I could just go to the gym, lift some heavy weight, and get rid of the stress. And it also helps you, like, it also gives you confidence. Like, you can meet new people through the gym. And since you think of yourself as, like, better and better, you just have this air of confidence around you. And you also just feel better, because you're just actually healthier. Thank you. So this is what I looked like in my learner's permit picture before I started going to the gym almost every day. This is what I looked like about halfway through my junior year of high school. As you can see, there is progress. And finally, this is me going into college. This is probably the thinnest or least percent body fat I've ever been, and I'm happy with it.